Steve Best here. I'm doing something a little different from my other videos. This is Steve Best Photos. Good title, that. So Steve Best Photos is where I'm going over some of my best photos I've taken over the years, mainly of comedians, some famous, some not so, and telling you why it was taken and what camera kit I was using, but more importantly, why I love the photo so much. So Steve Best Photos. Cue intro. So, my first best photo in this series is of Harry Hill, a very famous UK comedian. This was taken backstage at the world famous Comedy Store in London in July 2016. So the Comedy Store is one of the oldest comedy clubs in the UK, holds an audience of around 400, maybe 500, and it really has seen some of the best comedians in the world on its stage. The backstage area is actually quite small for such a big club, has a small toilet at one end, some stories there, and it has a long mirror where I love taking reflection shots like this one of Harry. So this image was taken on a Fujifilm X Pro 2 camera with the XF 56mm f1.2R lens. I don't have this camera combo anymore, I kind of sold it on, but I kind of regret selling it, as when I was using the X series camera I absolutely love the X Pro 2. And I can say without a doubt that the XF 56mm f1.2 lens was my favourite one in the X series range of lenses they did. It's the equivalent of an 80mm lens on a full frame sensor camera, because the X Pro 2 is not a full frame sensor, and just takes exquisite portraits. Very, very good for portraits, especially when shot wide open at f1.2. Actually, I shot this image of Harry not quite wide open, I shot it at f2.2 and at 1/200th of a second, actually 1/210th of a second. The ISO, that's the film speed, was at 1600, so quite high, but not too high. If you like what you're seeing, please press the like button, and more importantly, I would love you to subscribe. It's easy and it's free. It's free. And also feel free to comment and tell others about the channel. I'll do my best to reply and answer any questions and thoughts you throw at me. One of the reasons I love this photo of Harry is that you know it's him without seeing his face. If you know your UK comedians, then you know from the collars and his head that it is Harry Hill. I also like that if you know Harry Hill, you know how hard-working he is. I think he trained as a medical doctor, always coming up with new material, not for being a doctor, but for his comedy. He's always coming up with new material to try out on stage, and you can just about see his pen and paper making notes before going on stage. Harry's back is in focus in his head, and his reflection is out of focus, which to me is the right way round for this shot. I've actually got lots of stories about Harry. One where he played my kids' school PTA for me, which was amazing. The teachers and parents were just truly stunned that he would come and gig at the school. But I wanted to keep this series short and sweet and more about the image that I'm talking about. So Harry's been very lovely to me over the years. He did sign a few of these prints actually on A3 Hahnemühle, I think that's how you pronounce it, fine art paper. Plus this image is in my first art book, Comedians, where he also wrote an amazing introduction to the book, which I'll write up in the description below if you want to read that, or if you want to get the book, of course you can read it for real. He also was in my very first book, Comedy Snapshot. All these links are in the description below. But if you're interested in getting the signed print of Harry Hill, very, very limited edition print, I think I only did 8 where he signed them, I think there's only 2 left, then give me a shout and I can sort out very, very good discount. I also have a limited run of this print of 25, which I've signed and numbered, and give me a shout if you want to have a look at those. That's it, my first Steve Best photos. Please like and subscribe, comment if you fancy, and check out all the links below in the description, below. I'm going to try and post a Steve Best photo once a week, so look out for the next one. Thanks very much, and goodbye.